Welcome back to Travel with Glen. Today, we're heading to a city that shouldn't exist as comfortably as it does. A city where mountains fall straight into icy fjords and where the sky lives its own life, shifting between endless daylight and months of twilight. This is Tromsø, Norway, a place so far north that your internal clock stops trying to guess what time it is. But here's the amazing part. People don't just survive this environment, they thrive in it. And after today's journey, you'll understand why. Tromsø sits at 69 degrees north, farther north than most of Alaska and nearly level with the northern edge of Siberia, and yet it's a vibrant city. Colorful wooden houses, busy coffee shops, fishing boats, a university, museums, nightlife, yes, nightlife in the Arctic Circle, and a population that treats snow like Floridians treat sunshine. Despite the reputation of the Arctic, Tromsø is warmed by the Gulf Stream. It's cold, yes, but not the brutal frozen wasteland you might imagine. Locals call this the Arctic with training wheels. Enough challenge to make life interesting, not enough to make life impossible. For about 6 weeks every year, the sun doesn't rise at all, not even a peak. Instead, the day glows in long stretches of deep blue twilight. Tromsø residents call it the blue hour, but the truth is, it lasts all day. And here's a surprising fact. Many locals say the polar night is their favorite season, not because of the darkness, but because the darkness brings light. Auroras, soft reflections from the snow, candles in every window. The entire city feels like a slow, calm exhale. Tourists come assuming the darkness will feel oppressive, but ask anyone who lives here, and they'll tell you, the polar night is peaceful, beautiful, even freeing. Then, like the world suddenly flipping a switch, Tromsø shifts into the opposite extreme. 70 days of continuous daylight. You can take a hike at 1 km, eat dinner outside at midnight, or go kayaking when most people on Earth are fast asleep. Locals joke that they lose track of time completely. Kids stay out playing until 11 p.m. People start projects at weird hours, and curtains optional. Tromsø sits directly under one of the most active aurora belts in the world. On a clear winter night, there's an 80% chance the sky will erupt into green, purple, and pink. To locals, this isn't a special event. It's just part of life. Imagine running to the grocery store for bread, and the sky above you is swirling like a living painting. For visitors, the aurora is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For Tromsø residents, it's Tuesday. Tromsø is home to the northernmost university on the planet. The University of Tromsø specializes in Arctic medicine, climate science, polar ecosystems, and Sami indigenous studies. This is where scientists study how cold affects the human body, how climate change reshapes northern ecosystems, and how to preserve the traditions of people who've called this land home for thousands of years. Tromsø is a major cultural center for the Sami people, the indigenous communities of Arctic, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Their way of life is deeply tied to nature, especially reindeer herding. You'll hear the traditional Sami song form called joik, one of the oldest music traditions in Europe. Each joik isn't just a song, it's meant to represent a person, place, or memory. It's a living culture, not a museum piece. And Tromsø embraces it proudly. Every winter, the waters around Tromsø fill with humpback whales and orcas following huge schools of herring. Imagine hearing whale blows from the harbor. That's a normal day here. Reindeer roam the outskirts. Sea eagles circle over the fjords. Fox tracks appear in the snow overnight. This isn't just a city, it's part of an Arctic ecosystem. The Arctic Cathedral is Tromsø's most famous landmark, a modernist masterpiece inspired by icebergs, northern light rays, and the sharp geometry of the Arctic landscape. One of the most unforgettable experiences is attending a midnight sun or aurora concert here. Music in this building doesn't just echo, it floats. Tromsø's food scene is built on survival traditions. Reindeer stew with lingon berries, king crab pulled straight from Arctic waters, stockfish dried by cold air, cloudberries, the gold of the north, and Norway's famous brown cheese meals here taste like the land itself. Simple, warm, and shaped by the seasons. Tromsø is a city that shouldn't be possible. A place where darkness glows, daylight never ends, and nature surrounds you with power and beauty you can't ignore. But what makes Tromsø truly special isn't the extremes, it's the people who learn to live with them. People who don't resist the Arctic, they embrace it. I'm Glen. Thanks for joining me on another journey. If you enjoyed exploring Tromsø, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more locations around the world. I'll see you in the next Daily Location Fact.